Today's challenge is to create an infinite rainfall animation. Starting with a random distribution of raindrops, we will add downward movement and then make each raindrop teleport back to the top every time it reaches the ground. All of this with a simple geometry node setup. I'm Sina and this is a Blender VFX tutorial. To get started, take the default cube, go to the Modifiers tab, add a geometry node modifier, and press New. Blender immediately adds two nodes to our setup. We don't need the group input node, so delete it. Then press Shift A to bring up the add menu and using the search field, drop in a set position node, a point node, and a random value node with its type set to vector. Now, if we increase the points count and set the random value range, we will have a collection of randomly distributed particles all within a given boundary. These particles will become the droplets of our infinite rainfall animation. Now, in order to set the shape and the material for our raindrops, again, bring up the add menu and use the search field, this time to bring in a set material node, an instance on points node, and an icosphere node. The instance on points node takes each of the random points and replaces it with an icosphere. Each icosphere is then passed through the set material node where it is given a glossy material. Now that we have our droplets in place, the next step is to animate them. To create the rainfall animation directly in the geometry node setup, add a scene time node, a position node, a vector math node with its operation set to multiply add, and a set position node. The scene time node gives us access to the current frame of the animation, and the position node gives us the location of each raindrop. By connecting these two nodes to the multiply add node, we can drive the downward movement of the raindrops. However, as you can see right now, the raindrops move downward endlessly and the animation is not a seamless loop. So the next step is to fix this. To take what we currently have and turn it into a seamlessly looping infinite rainfall animation, we want to have each particle teleport back to the top every time it reaches the bottom. And to do this, all we need are two nodes, a normal math node with its operation set to divide, and a vector math node with its operation set to wrap. Make sure that the maximum and minimum values on the wrap node are equal to those we previously gave to the random value node. In addition, it's also important that the denominator on the divide node is equal to the total number of frames in the animation, in this case 150. Now, let's speed up the downward movement using the multiply add node and then play the animation to see our raindrops perpetually fall in a seamless infinite loop. Needless to say, if you change the total number of frames in your animation, you should also change the denominator of the divide math node accordingly. Also, you can change the boundaries of rainfall by adjusting the max and min values on the random value node as well as the vector wrap node. However, this breaks the seamless loop since downward speed of the raindrops is not enough for them to traverse the entire vertical span. So as you can see, there is now a sudden stutter at the end of the animation loop. To fix this, simply keep in mind that the movement speed defined on the multiply add node must be a multiple of the difference between the max and the min values of the vector wrap node. So if we fix this, once again, we achieve a seamless loop for our rainfall animation. Now, keeping our attention on the multiply add node, look how we can combine the downward movement with a horizontal one to give the impression of rainfall under a strong wind. Don't forget, you can get the project files for this tutorial using the link in the description. And if you're interested in learning more visual effects, here's another video for you. As for this one, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay calm and enjoy the storm.